Tutorial number 2, Plan Project Cost Management. Learning outcomes. During this video, we are going to look at the differences between cost estimation and cost budgeting, explain control accounts, describe the project cost management processes, apply earned value management techniques to track project performance, and identify key terminologies used in project cost management. In a nutshell, you will have a thorough understanding about the planning cost management process. Critical exercise. If the activities are planned well, it becomes easier to achieve harmony with the overall cost and budget of the project. Planned cost management is a process of establishing the policies, procedures, and documentation for planning, managing, expending, and controlling the project costs. Let us look at the inputs required for this process. The project management plans provide other subsidiary plans and guides the cost planning activities on the project. The project charter provides an overall context and the high-level product and project description, which help determine the approach for the cost management. For example, for some projects, budget could be a constraint, whereas for others, budget would not be a constraint, but subject to the other objectives. Enterprise environmental factors provide the organizational context to the project, including the culture of the organization and the infrastructure, for instance, for scheduling systems availability, the key personnel, and so on. Organizational process assets provide inputs such as policies and procedures, templates, past performance data and estimates, historical information and knowledge base. Now, let us look at the tools and techniques employed in this process. Expert judgment refers to input received from knowledgeable and experienced resources. Experts can devise an approach to govern the cost on a project by using their previous experiences. Meetings may be organized to determine the cost management plan. Everyone responsible for the project schedule management, such as the project manager, representatives from the appropriate accounting or financial organization, sponsor, customer, and the stakeholders must attend these meetings. Several analytical techniques may be used to determine the cost management plan. These techniques help to map the impact of various decisions on cost. For example, how do risk management processes impact cost, etc. Cost management plan is a primary out of this process. It establishes the units of measure, level of precision, organizational process links, control accounts to be used, rules for performance measurement, frequency and methodology of monitoring, and various other details that lay overall framework for cost. Let's have a detailed look at the process components. First, inputs. Project management plan. Project management plan component that is important for this process are primarily the scope and the cost baselines. Project charter provides a summary budget from which the detailed project costs are developed. It also defines the project approval requirements that will influence the management of the project cost. Enterprise environmental factors include factors such as organizational structure and culture, market conditions, currency exchange rates for projects sourced from more than one country that influence the project cost. Organizational process assets include financial control procedures, historical information, existing formal and informal cost estimating and budgeting related policies, procedures, and guidelines. Plan cost management tools and techniques. There are various tools and techniques that we discussed that are being used during the plan cost management process. One of the major tools and techniques is expert judgment. Expert judgment is guided by historical information, provides valuable insight about the environment and information from prior similar projects. Judgment based upon expertise in an application area, knowledge area, discipline, industry can be useful in this process. Analytical techniques. Some of the techniques, payback period, return on investment, internal rate of return, discounted cash flow, and net present value can be useful in this process. Meetings. Project teams may hold meetings that includes planning meetings to develop the cost management plan. These meetings may include project sponsor, project manager, selected team members, selected stakeholders, anyone with responsible for project cost. Plan cost management outputs. Cost management plan is a component of the project management plan and describes how the project cost will be planned, structured, and controlled. The cost management plan can establish the following. Units of measure. Each unit of measure for each resource. Level of precision. The degree to which the activity cost estimates will be rounded up or down. Level of accuracy. The acceptable range used in the realistic activity cost estimations may include an amount of contingencies. Control threshold. Various thresholds for monitoring cost performance may be specified to indicate and agree upon amount of variation to be allowed before some action need to be taken. The cost management plan also contains rules of performance measurement. Earned value management rules of performance measurement are set. For example, define the points in the work breakdown structure at which measurement of control accounts will be performed. Establish the earned value measurement techniques. Example, weighted milestones, fixed formula, percent complete, etc. to be used and specify tracking methodologies and the earned value management computation equations for calculating the projected estimate at completion. Forecast to provide a validity check on the bottom-up estimate at completion.